For those of you who missed this week's episode of the Shadowspark Chronicles, here's what happened. The party returns to Titan's Rock and decide to return their own ship for the night. Once they enter the ship, Justinian stumbles upon the body in the captain's quarters. Crow admits to killing a crewmate who entered the room. She states that she was doing exactly as she was told, and in horror, Justinian realizes that his instructions to her were not to let anyone into the captain's quarters, lacking any specifics. Anaximander, trying to become more acquainted with the crew, decides to go to the mess hall and eat with them. However, they are frightened about the death as he first walks up to him. Anaximander attempts to calm them and then returns to the rest of the party. He gathers them and demands justice for the crew member under his charge. Justinian admits fault, and the party agrees that she will have to be brought to the authorities in Kandor's Keep. Justinian will watch over Crow and leave them on the ship while everyone else meets Dahl. Dahl was quite surprised the party returned, and even more surprised at the giant tongue that Bishop pulls out of his bag of holding. Filling his part of the bargain, he directs the team to the mines as he could not find any information on Quaylin Featherstone. In the mines, they inquire about Quaylin to the residents who are currently working. Gwenton talks to the oldest dwarf, who they just call Whitebeard or Graybeard. There's names for beards because dwarves are boring apparently. But he becomes very less helpful. Eventually, Jimothy, who is the gnome who they brought down, starts talking to him about entertainment. And as we're talking about entertainment, Marsland lets him read his magical book that he keeps all of his tomes in. After a few minutes of reading, the gnome just stares blankly into the book with no reactions. Suddenly, he starts to glow and transform his appeal. His memory comes back, and he is the Quaylin Featherstone that we are looking for, who is the avatar of Ogmar. They escort him topside to Dahl, and through some clever negotiating, the party manages to absolve Quaylin of his debt. They board the ship, and after being introduced to Crow, Quaylin acknowledges her as she's terrified of his presence. Justinian and Crow discuss Quaylin, and Crow is strangely reserved. All she says is she knows him from her home. Gwenton reveals that Ogma is the god of wisdom and intuition and tries to tell the party this, but a storm comes upon the Brindlestar. Marsland then tries to control the ship, but the more he fights, the more strain he puts on the ship. On a whim, he stops fighting the storm but rides it. The party holds on for dear life, and after some time they appear on the Astral Sea. The ship is guided to a crystalline structure. They dock in the party, including Crow, following the beckoning creatures to Elnara, the Pillar of Wind. Elnara asks why she is awakened and why her brothers are awakened as well. She laments that she has to intervene into the mortal realm, which will include wiping everybody out. The party intercedes on behalf of the mortals. Seeing this, she offers a stay of judgment. She provides 3 crystals for each of her siblings and instructions on how to use them. They return to the ship with another objective to go through. Please join us every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as we continue with the ongoing adventures of the Shadowspark Chronicles, and as always, we will see you in the dungeon.